Okay, we're all different, so we all have different attitudes in life towards everything that we are doing, what surrounds us. Obviously, we have different attitudes to work. In the end, we do need to work to make a living, but you still have different motivations. You could just, do your hours and make sure you make enough money to live a good life outside your work, or you can be passionate about what you're doing, or you're just feeling really good in the environment you're working in. So, I mean, we all have our attitudes, we all have our different kinds of motivations. And as such, we also change different ways of working. There are the people that are very happy with being employed. To begin with, I've experience in a lot of different work environments and work settings, so I think I kind of know a little bit what I'm talking about. So, you know, there's working as an employee. It's wonderful. You can concentrate usually on your work because you don't have to, you don't have to deal with the admin stuff, the client chasing, whatever. Talking about, when you're a designer. So you can design. Of course, you have to listen to somebody to tell you what they want you to design. But apart from that, it's good. I like that kind of working. But in my case, I also wanted more. If you want the artistic control, if you want to listen only to your client and not to a boss to interpret what the client says, then most likely is you have to do your own thing. You have to run your own studio. You have to, then you have to do all the things that come with that. That is the client chasing, the administration, the accounting. I mean, especially in the beginning when you're small and you are basically on your own. Because that's of course the next matter. What do you want to aspire to? Do you want to actually be the one-man show? Do you want a small office where there are people just helping you, or do you want to actually grow a business, a brand? Where you actually at some point stop doing the design work, or giving it away to your chief designers while you do the boss thing. And by no means that's easy. It's being the boss, it's quite a lot of things that you have to do. So maybe that's why you don't actually have the time to sit down and do the drawings, or do the 3D models yourself, and watch your computer render. Okay, so that's another possibility, and especially when you are at the very beginning, but later maybe as well, or maybe you even decide to do that as some sort of in between the employment and the being the boss thing. You could decide to freelance. Freelance is another way of working, but put it bluntly, it's another way of working, and it's not the worst thing, especially again when you're in the beginning or when you're small, when you're on your own. It's it's good. I like freelancing. I like working, especially because it means it's working with other people. There's a little bit of a downside, you might call it, that is because you have to work for other people. And then again, as in the design process, there are more people that you have to listen to. But that's okay. In the end, the design process is never a one-man show anyway. And if you really want to be 100% in control and have nobody tell you what to do, then you just have to be an artist. And I suppose being an artist comes with a lot of other different kinds of headaches. So back to freelancing. I'm doing it. I'm doing it quite a bit, and I'm mostly enjoying it. I enjoy it because I work with other people, and that's cool. There are a couple of things that I don't like about freelancing, or not about the freelancing itself, but about some people's attitude towards freelancing, and that's why I have to rant a little bit, because I've experienced it in the past, and I just want to make you aware of these things happening, and I think it's not good. It's mostly a matter, again, of the attitude of the people that hire freelancers, because, yeah, let's face it, if you have an employee, you pay him regardless, so you better try to use him as much as possible. A freelancer, you pay only for when you need him, which means that you usually, or some people usually, ask for the freelancers in the very last moment, when everything is already burning and crashing down and it's impossible to actually do it, and then you ask for the freelancer to do the firefighting. Chances are, it's not working, or if it is working, it's working with a lot of stress. And the other thing about freelancers is, some people hiring freelancers see them as somebody that just doesn't want to commit to to a project or to working in a team, and I think that's just absolutely not true. We all have different reasons. Let's say I freelance versus getting an employment because I'm very happy here where I live. My son goes to school. I don't want to just like that, change environment, go unroot the family and go to another country because I get an employment there. So that, in a very simplified form, is I do have my reasons, and they have nothing to do with the commitment to my work. And I think people do have valid reasons why they would choose freelancing over employment, and it doesn't, but they still want, they're still passionate about what they're doing. They are still fully engaged, fully, dedicated to what they're doing, because again, if I make a promise, I keep the promise. That's what I'm doing, and it is regardless if the way somebody pays me, if I write a bill or if I get a salary. So never doubt the freelancers, because I think they are an incredible asset. Usually they are sometimes more even engaged than the stuff that sits in your office anyway, and you should actually you should appreciate them really for what they are, and you should also give them reasonable amount of time to work. And if it costs more because you gave them a day more to do the same task that rather than just half a day, then do that, because I think in the end the result is really worth it. And yep, that's my opinion about the freelancers. I would like to hear your opinion or your experience, if you have been freelancing or if you're doing it right now. And other than that, have a nice weekend, and I see you next time.